Welcome to Lesson 81. Today, we are going to learn how to talk about the difficulties of making Korean friends. It is a very natural topic, and by the end of this lesson, you will be able to express your feelings honestly and politely in Korean. We will learn how to express your hope to build friendships slowly. Let's get started. In this lesson, you will learn how to say things like, making Korean friends is a bit difficult, or I don't know what to say. We are focusing on being natural. It is okay if you feel shy or awkward, that is part of the process. We will give you the tools to bridge those gaps and connect with others in a warm and sincere way. Before we dive in, let's do a quick review of Lesson 80. Remember how we talked about your goals? Phrases like,
제 목표는 한국어를 잘하는 거예요. 언젠가 한국에서 살아보고 싶어요. 좋은 경험이 될 것 같아요.
are so important for keeping your motivation high. Your dreams are valid, and every step, including today's lesson, is a good experience. Today, we have 4 main goals. First, we will learn how to say you find something difficult without sounding negative. Second, we will explain the why, such as feeling awkward during conversations. Third, we will learn to address language and cultural barriers politely. Finally, we will practice positive, hopeful phrases to show that you are willing to make an effort. Let's look at our first goal, expressing difficulty. We want to be honest, but we also want to be polite. By using soft, conversational language, you can share your experience without it sounding like you are complaining. Next, we will focus on explaining why you might feel awkward. Many beginners feel like they don't know what to say in social situations, and that is completely normal. We will learn simple, effective sentences that explain these feelings clearly. Language and cultural barriers are common when you are learning a new language. We will show you how to mention your language level or cultural differences in a way that is humble and polite, which helps clear up any misunderstandings and creates a more natural, comfortable conversation. Finally, we will work on saying what you want your hopes for the future. Being able to express that you want to become closer slowly makes your Korean sound warm, sincere, and very respectful of the other person's pace. Here is a quick culture note for you. In Korea, friendships often develop slowly through shared spaces like school, work, or clubs. People might seem a bit reserved at first because they do not want to be a burden. So, if you feel like things are moving slowly, do not worry. It is perfectly normal. Using phrases that show patience will make a great impression. Let's practice our first key phrase,
한국 친구 사귀기가 조금 어려워요.
which means it's a little hard to make Korean friends. Adding
조금,
makes the sentence much softer. Another way to say this is
생각보다 쉽지 않아요.
means it's not as easy as I thought. It sounds reflective, not complaining. Try repeating these 3 times to get comfortable with the rhythm.
한국 친구 사귀기가 조금 어려워요. 한국 친구 사귀기가 조금 어려워요. 한국 친구 사귀기가 조금 어려워요. 생각보다 쉽지 않아요. 생각보다 쉽지 않아요. 생각보다 쉽지 않아요.
For key phrase 2, we tackle awkwardness. When you are in a group and don't know what to say, try.
무슨 말을 해야 할지 모르겠어요.
Means I don't know what I should say. It is good for talking about small talk difficulties. It is very natural. Also,
어색할 때가 있어요.
means sometimes it feels awkward is a great, gentle way to acknowledge a quiet moment. It sounds softer than saying something is bad or uncomfortable. Practice these out loud to build your confidence.
무슨 말을 해야 할지 모르겠어요. 무슨 말을 해야 할지 모르겠어요. 무슨 말을 해야 할지 모르겠어요. 어색할 때가 있어요. 어색할 때가 있어요. 어색할 때가 있어요.
Key phrase 3 is about those language and cultural barriers. Saying,
한국어가 아직 부족해요.
memes, my Korean is still not enough, is much more humble than just saying you can't do something.
못해요.
Also,
문화 차이도 있어요.
which means there are cultural differences too, is a polite way to explain why something might feel different to you. Repeat these phrases with me.
한국어가 아직 부족해요. 한국어가 아직 부족해요. 한국어가 아직 부족해요. 문화 차이도 있어요. 문화 차이도 있어요. 문화 차이도 있어요.
Key phrase 4 focuses on your hopes,
천천히 친해지고 싶어요.
which means I want to become close slowly is a beautiful, respectful phrase. If you want to be more active, you can say,
먼저 말 걸어보고 싶어요.
means I want to try talking first. These phrases make you sound proactive, but still very gentle.
천천히 친해지고 싶어요. 천천히 친해지고 싶어요. 천천히 친해지고 싶어요. 먼저 말 걸어보고 싶어요. 먼저 말 걸어보고 싶어요. 먼저 말 걸어보고 싶어요.
Here is our vocabulary list for this lesson. We have words like
친구, 친해지다, 어색하다, 낯을 가리다, 관심사.
take some time to look over these words as they form the foundation of how you will describe your social life in Korean. This table is your word book for Lesson 81. Use it to check your pronunciation and meaning for the words we have covered. Remember, building your vocabulary is just as important as learning the grammar, so keep this for quick reference. Now, let's look at a dialogue. Notice how Person A asks questions, and Person B answers honestly. Person B says they find it a bit hard and feel awkward, but they end the conversation by saying they want to try talking more. This is a perfect example of a realistic, honest, and polite conversation.
한국 친구 많이 있어요?
아니요, 아직 많지 않아요.
왜요?
한국 친구 사귀기가 조금 어려워요.
어떤 점이 어려워요?
가끔 어색할 때가 있어요. 그리고 무슨 말을 해야 할지 모르겠어요.
아, 그렇구나.
한국어가 아직 부족하고 문화 차이도 있어요.
그래도 천천히 친해질 수 있을 거예요.
네, 저도 먼저 말 걸어보고 싶어요.
Here is a summary list of all our key phrases. Whether you are talking about difficulty, awkwardness, or your desire to make friends, this list has everything you need. Use these in your daily practice to become more fluent and natural.
한국 친구 사귀기가 조금 어려워요. 생각보다 쉽지 않아요. 어색할 때가 있어요. 무슨 말을 해야 할지 모르겠어요. 한국어가 아직 부족해요. 문화 차이도 있어요. 낯을 좀 가려려. 천천히 친해지고 싶어요. 먼저 말 걸어보고 싶어요. 공통점이 있으면 좋겠어요.
For your homework, write a short dialogue using the phrases you learned today. Try to use at least one difficulty phrase, one reason phrase, and one hope phrase. Practice reading it out loud 3 times. Next time, in Lesson 82, we will go deeper into cultural differences regarding food, time, and relationships. To wrap up, remember that you have learned how to talk about your friendship journey in Korea. From expressing that you are a beginner to saying you want to move forward slowly, you now have the language to express yourself. Keep practicing and don't be afraid to make mistakes.